Good morning, everyone. How are you? And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. That's the Truman Show. If you haven't seen it, what are you doing? Okay, so been a pretty cool 24 hours for the Montreal Canadiens, man. Had to jump on here with you guys just for a quick one to talk about the victory over the Detroit Red Wings, and now the Canadiens hold an 8-point lead in the final for the final wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. It's a pretty surreal time, at least for me as a Habs fan, just not expecting the Canadiens to get here this season. We didn't have that sense early on, especially the tough month of October that they had, and even November. It wasn't until December that we really started to get a sense that this is not the Canadiens team we thought they were, right? That's when they really started to show, okay, maybe they could potentially still fight for a wild card spot and be in the mix. Now they have sole possession of it, the final wild card spot. And they might even have a chance to surpass Ottawa and take over the first wild card spot. So we're going to talk about the game really quick from last night, and we're also going to talk about Ivan Demidov. We'll finish with a little bit of Demidov, okay? And then I also want to give a quick shout out to, because this was lost in the shuffle a little bit yesterday, not to all Habs fans, but in terms of a video discussion about it really quickly, I didn't get a chance to talk about the signing of Tyler Thorpe, the 19-year-old from the Vancouver Giants in the WHL. He actually played in the Prospects Challenge last September in Montreal that I got to see him play in, along with Lane Hudson and others, and he stood out. And I didn't actually even get a chance to talk about him very much then, but he is 6'4" and 215 pounds right now as a 19-year-old, and he's had himself a decent season so far with the Vancouver Giants. 27 goals, 25 assists, 52 points in 68 games played over there in the WHL. This guy is a tough kid, and he's got skill. So Armia, I don't think, is going to re-sign with the Montreal Canadiens. I'm not saying that Tyler Thorpe's going to be here next season. I don't think he will be. But he could be with Laval. I think that would be a decent place for him to go for sure to start to turn pro. But this kid, he is tough as nails, and he can play. So combine that toughness with some skill. Armia isn't a guy that he uses his body to puck protect, but he doesn't typically get as involved physically as Tyler Thorpe would, because this guy, he's a right-handed shot like Armia. He's going to be a player. I think he's going to be a player. A lot of people have really liked him from the start. Okay, so last night, the Canadiens solidified themselves in this second wildcard spot with the win over the Red Wings, who desperately needed that win to stay in the race for a wildcard spot, right? So Dylan Larkin opens the scoring at 9:54 after another Mike Matheson blunder, a decision that he made at the opposite blue line that went against him, and that's all I'm going to say, because there's been a lot of not positive talk around Mike Matheson, and I get it. I get the frustration, because there just seems to be the same kind of mistakes happening a lot, and I understand that. So I get it. Cole Caulfield, though, with his 37th of the season, and he tied that game last night, and he celebrated good. We got to show Cole Caulfield's celebration here, because that was a good one. He is in playoff mode. So are these Canadiens. These Canadiens are in playoff mode, let me tell you right now. Nick Suzuki finishing this night with 85 points, surpassing Alex Kovalev for the most in a single season in 2007, 2008. And then Josh Anderson. This guy has been on a mission since the start of this season. I am so proud of Josh. I'm so proud of Josh Anderson and what he's done. 15th goal of the season, and a beautiful pass from Christian Dvorak. And you guys saw the play. Did you guys see Lane Hudson last night? Like, oh my gosh, I'm looking at the scoreboard. I'm like, yeah, he didn't get any points, but that shift where Josh Anderson almost scored before he actually scored on that pass from Lane Hudson, and that move he made along the boards, and then just walking the blue line, just maintaining sole possession of the puck. It was a fun shift or two to watch from Lane Hudson. My gosh, you could just hear the crowd. You could hear the crowd just oohing and ahhing. It was a sight to see. It was a sight to see. Brendan Gallagher ices the game, and then Nick Suzuki just decides to put the cherry on top with his 28th of the season. But Gally rarely misses empty nets. He's been clutch in in these late games when we need an empty netter to seal the win. But he gets his 21st of the season from Josh Anderson, and then Nick gets it from Alexander Carrier and Jake Evans. Okay, so I don't have a lot of time this morning. I don't have a lot of time. We know the Canadiens are on the cusp of a playoff spot. they could clinch as early as this weekend. The Ottawa Senators have already clinched, even despite losing last night. But Ivan Demidov, his idol was Alex Ovechkin. We know that Demidov's from Russia. And if the Canadiens do stay in the second wildcard spot, he will get a chance to play, if the Canadiens make the playoffs, he will get a chance to play against his hero, Alex Ovechkin, in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. It's a pretty darn cool story right up front, just from that side of things. But Ivan Demidov, still can't believe we even drafted him. He's a special player. And when he makes his debut, all eyes are going to be on Montreal, and not just from Montreal Canadiens fans. This is another special player coming to the NHL, and we are privileged to have him on our side. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, and I can't wait. And how Kent Hughes and Jeff Gorton pulled this off. I mean, that Crave show, the rebuild, like this season's going to be awesome, just knowing how this season has gotten to, at least to this point. Last year, it was a rebuilding season. We knew that, but a lot of good has happened to the Canadiens this season, so I'm certainly thankful, and I know you are too. So, Ivan Demidov is coming. My video last night on it, please watch it if you haven't. It's a little bit longer. I went crazy. I went nuts, but it was entertaining. It was fun, I think. So, please check it out. Please hit like on these videos, guys, and subscribe. Love you guys. This is a special time to be a Habs fan. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. See you guys real soon.